So we're going to show you how to remove the auxiliary drive belt on the Boxster engine. Obviously the engine at the car to make it a lot easier to see things and how it all goes together. Access to the front of the engine is through the bulkhead behind the seats. So we tip the seats forward now. We've removed the storage cubby at the back of the seats just to make the video a little bit quicker. There are 4 little screw caps across the top of the carpet. We're going to unscrew these now and then we're going to lift the carpet off, and that will expose the access panel behind the seats. Now we've removed the carpet, you can see the access panel here, and there's a selection of 10mm headed bolts around the outside, and then you've got the 2 nuts next to the gear linkage cables here. So we're going to take those off now, and that will expose the front of the engine. And with the cover removed, you have full access to the engine, the belt, alternator, starter motor, idler pulleys, tensioner, power steering pump, and air conditioning are fitted. And now we'll go on to show you how to remove the belt. So the important thing is to remember the direction of the belt and where it runs on the pulleys, because obviously when you take it apart you've got no reference. Good idea, either get a picture off the internet or snap a quick photo with your phone just so you know how it all goes back together. So we're going to take a 24mm socket, put it onto the tension here. This is sprung loaded, so all we're going to do is just, you can see the movement in there, and we're going to put the ratchet so it's in a tightening up mode. We're going to put some tension on there, and you can see how it takes the tension off the belt. So we're pushing the tensioner against the spring to relieve the pressure on the belt. And that's as simple as it is. So just going to put that on there now. I'm going to take the tension up, and that gives us the opportunity to pull the belt off the tensioner. And then we can release the tensioner, and you'll see the full amount of travel on the tensioner then. So if we remove the belt now, just a case of unthreading it. So that's the belt off. With the belt off, we can check the tensioners. A little bit of noise in that bearing, so I'd be inclined to change that one. And again, you can hear that one quite loud. And the tensioner, not too bad. So I'd be replacing these 2 pulleys at this point. While we're here as well, we can check the water pump for any movement. That's not bad at all. Check the bearing for any noise. And if you're replacing the water pump now, this is exactly the time when you wanted to do it. You've got a row of bolts around the top, you've got a hose at the bottom on the bottom of the pump. I'll show you a whole pump. So this is a new pump. As you can see, you've got one outlet here, so water is fed from the back and then pumped through by the impeller here. So you can see the ring of bolts here all the way around the outside. The tricky ones are here and here, which need to be accessed from underneath. So at that point you need the car lifted slightly so you can get at them from underneath. And the others are from the top, quite straightforward. 10mm spanner on them or a little short socket, and then the pump comes out. So we've threaded the belt back into position now. We've gone around all the larger pulleys and the groove pulleys as well, because they're hard to slide the belt over when it's quite tight. So what we're going to do, we're going to refit the belt and slide over a smooth, small diameter pulley. So this is the best choice here. So I'm going to just tension up the tensioner now, put some load on it, and you'll see how the belt extends then. And we can slip that over and just slide it into place. There we go, and that's it. So the belt's in place and tight on all sides. And we just rotate the engine a couple of turns now with the crankshaft, just to make sure the belt is sat in all the grooves correctly and the tension is moving to take up all the free play.